I have been making this thing for about a month. From right to left. First you have the panel and all the breakers and disconnects for the inverter and the charge controller. You can see they're on the side. That big main one is on the top, is the inverter, and the other ones are the solar panels and the charge controller. The next thing on there is the charge controller. It's a Midnight 200 Classic. You got it blinking. And then the next thing is the 3000 pure sine wave inverter. And then you got the disconnect where the inverter runs to. It runs down and into there and produces power. And right now, we're pulling about 800 something watts. We're at 120. There's a little light saying the solar panels are on. These are the meters. I'm using 800 watts, about 6.85 amps. We're running at 121 volts, and I've produced with this meter as of 2 days 14 kilowatts, 14 kW hours, kilowatt hours. And then you see this is the battery. Ain't at 100%. You can't really see it real good. Now there, 100%. And there's the voltage of the battery on the right. That's just going between the battery and the inverter. Then you have the charge controller, which tells you everything. My batteries are at 25.2. I'm drawing in about 26.5 amps to the batteries from the solar panels. And the solar panels are coming in at 105.8 volts. And they range between 600 to 700. And I've made a kilowatt hour so these are all the important parts. And then you got the batteries. There's 4 6-volt batteries at 420 amp hours each. Just makes 420 amp hours at 24 volts. Batteries, breakers, disconnect, charge controller, inverter, disconnect, and combiner for the solar array, which will be moving out there when I have the 2,000 watts. Right now I'm only working on 1,000 watts. That thing on the end is a battery charger. If you don't get sun for several days, you may need one. If you don't have one, then, or you don't have power, you might have a problem there. And a little vent hose. Little switch telling me that it's on. And this is the time clock, and then this regular power right there. And the time clock tells the charger to come on if I see. These are my solar panels. It's just a 4 panels. Makes about 1,000 watts power, it says. 255 watts each. And this is my UPS. It has an inverter on it, and that inverter has a charger. Pure sine wave inverter with a 120 amp battery charger. So when this thing is plugged in, you're just running off house power. But if house power kicks out, I'm making 820 watts, about 7 amps, almost 8 amps, and we're still saying the battery is full. I have connected that up to the battery because that's where the battery goes, and it tells me that this thing is 100%. It's been running 3 hours. So this thing has been on 1,000 to 800 amps or watts for a while now. Still at 100%. That's the volts. I'm not sure if that's the watts taken away from the inverter. It's 3 amps being taken away. Looks like. Says I'm making 121 volts, 6.83 amps, 814 watts. I've made 14 kilowatt hours. Stays right there at 100%. All day long. As long as the sun's out. Take the sun away, it don't work as well. There you have it.